The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of bad. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throb in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty.
Earnestly podcast coming to you January 10th, 2023. It is officially Super Wildcard Weekend here in the NFL. Zachary, what's up, buddy?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Can't call it. We got a lot to talk about, man. I thought this would be an easy show. We'll just do our picks, our best bets, kind of dive in a little bit. You know, a little bit of odds, Super Bowl odds, where it's at now, heading to the first week of the playoffs. But man, we got a lot to talk about on the NFL, on the football side. Now, not just NFL either, but college. Bombshell just dropped 2 hours ago. Nick Saban, in my opinion, the greatest college football coach in the history of college football, retired today at age 72. Thoughts, Zach?
I never would have expected him to retire without going out on top.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was like he watched every NFL coach and then decided, okay, now it's my turn. Like you said, he's easily the greatest coach.
Yeah.
I've never seen one coach dominate over such a span the way in which he did at Alabama. It was incredible.
Yeah. And to me, it's not just about the 6 titles. The 6 titles are easy the 17 is easy to define. It's like we talk about Belichick, same thing. To me, it's about the sustainability. And I think it's even harder in college to do it than it is doing in pros. And especially in the last 17 years, with the ever-changing nature of the sport, you know, having the BCS, then going to the playoffs, and now expanding the playoffs to 12 teams starting this year, and NIL now is a thing, and all this stuff. And to me, the success of Saban is being able to maintain relevancy. If they're not, it's like I said, Belichick, you know, for a long time prior to maybe the last couple of years, it's not about necessarily the titles. It's every year they're in the conversation. Every year they're in the SEC title game, or at least in the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? Every year they're always in the conversation to win the title. And I don't know any other coach that in my lifetime, certainly in college football, that can say that every single year they're always in the conversation, no matter what.
Oh, especially now. I mean,
yeah,
we kind of used to be able to say it during the 80s and 90s just because it was almost like the media had its favorites and just always kept guys at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they didn't win, they were always held in such high regard. Now you come to a different era where you have transfers all over the place. Yeah. You have players who are allowed to leave after 3 years now. So what he managed to do was remarkable.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, you and I agree on that one. You know, people talk about, you know, Bear Bryant and, you know, other great college coaches, Bobby Bowden, obviously, Paterno. I don't think it's even close, dude. I don't think it's even close. No offense to anybody else, man. I say Saban's, like, people talk about, you know, Nick Saban, you know, people say he's definitely top five. To me, so you just say he's top 5 is an insult to me. Like, he is the greatest. Yeah. It's not even you're not even saying that because he's retiring now and now giving us flowers. We've been saying this for a long time. Like, I probably said this after his 3rd or 4th title. All he's been doing since then is padding up his resume. And I think this team this year, especially, given the way the season went, might have been his best coaching job of the 17 years in Alabama. Honestly,
No.
it's definitely up there.
Hell no.
This team had no business being even in the conversation to make the playoff.
No, they didn't deserve to be in there, just like Florida State.
Okay, we can make a case about that, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, the fact they were even in the SEC title game, and then they beat the best team in football. I still think Georgia has a case to be made as the best team in college football. Michigan deserves the flowers, obviously, but I'm just saying Georgia. Even after we saw their,
All
I
right,
don't know.
Ernest, how good is Texas A&M?
I mean, it's solid and not terrible, but I mean,
How good was Auburn?
Auburn was average this year. They went 500, I think it was.
Yeah, and he struggled to beat them. How was what was it? South Florida?
Yeah.
Again, please don't tell me this was one of his best coaching jobs.
I thought this team would go 8-4 and 7-5. The way this season started, I mean, they stayed the course, and a little bit of luck in their course. But
you really thought an Alabama team who finishes top 3 in recruiting every year was going to go 7-5?
I remember doing a Huddle Up podcast the week after they lost to Texas, saying this one feels different. It feels like this team could be done as an elite team under Saban, like being in that upper echelon. I wrote them off after week 3, and all they've done since then is read off a little wins they went to the playoff, beat Georgia, almost beat Michigan. Just saying. I mean, I maybe I'll be a little over the top. I think, to me, maybe not his best. In my opinion, his most impressive year as head coach of the Tide.
I'd say it was his luckiest year.
Oh yeah,
Easily his luckiest year.
That team was not as good as it's made out to be, even though it was top 5, 4, whatever recruiting school.
His defense didn't even dominate.
By the way, I have Dolphin fans on my timeline, talking about well, fuck Saban, you screwed us. Look, I get the fact that he screwed you guys in the whole Dolphins thing in 2006. Look, it's been 18 years. I think the statute of limitations have run out on that now. We can get over that now. Like, stop.
I don't remember Dolphin fans really wanting them to be around either that year. As soon as there was talk of going to Alabama, it was like, oh, good riddance. We don't need them.
You can be mad all you want, but he made the right choice. He became the greatest coach of all time by leaving Miami. So be mad all you want. Are you mad at the result? Are you mad at the fact that, I don't know what you're mad about at this point. It's been 18 years. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Nick Saban, the GOAT. Other thing here, Pete Carroll, fired by the Seahawks. Now, he will be retained as an advisor on the team, but this one's a surprise. Definitely a surprise. A little bit.
Oh, this is out of the blue. And to stay with the organization?
Yeah.
Hell, I don't understand that one at all. Like, he could go anywhere, almost anywhere tomorrow and get another job.
You think so?
College or pro.
One of the few coaches has won on both levels. One Super Bowl in the pros, one national titles in college. Almost had multiple both ends.
And he's dominated in the pros at times and dominated in college.
Yeah.
It wasn't like got lucky with the Dallas Cowboys in 1995, Barry Switzer.
I know it's coming. Winning with Jimmy's team. But couldn't sustain for shit after that. From what I've seen, I didn't see the press conference, but what everybody was saying today during the press conference, he looked very energetic. It feels like he's still wants to coach, even at 72 years old. He's 72 years old.
Supposedly he begged for his job.
He did. I mean, he's 72 years old. He looks in great shape. He works out. He's not 72 today. Ain't the 72 of when our parents and grandparents were, at that age point. So, but yeah, a surprise, a little surprise there. And why are you in the camera, buddy? Why are you in the camera? Get out of here. My son's in the camera. Sorry. Go to bed. You know your mom's watching, right? The same. Anyway, but yeah, I'm definitely shocked by that one. Mike Vrabel yesterday again being fired by the Titans. A little lesser shock. I would say it was on the board definitely of things that could have happened. I thought it wouldn't happen. I put it at about 10%, when the year ended. But him getting fired still a little bit of a shock, given the fact that I think he's still a quality coach. I think he'll be one of the top candidates right now. Right now available. Your thoughts on Vrabel?
He'll have a job as soon as Washington makes a phone call.
Good night. No, she's watching.
All right.
But
no, we would take him in Washington today.
Mm-hmm.
We will fly the jet. We'll bring in your family. We'll sign you today, buddy. Like, that's how good he is. And to see him go like that.
Yeah. It sounds like it's more of an internal thing. The GM they hired before the year started, he didn't want that GM, so they didn't really get. There was no secrecy there with those two. So basically, it's a massive reset for the Titans. This team is going to go to like the Washington Commanders, another team going to a massive rebuild. You need a new quarterback. Well, Levis Smith's probably assuming to be the start the starting quarterback moving forward. But Derrick Henry, we figure his last game was played this past Sunday. New coach, yeah, it's going to be a bottom 5 team next year, most likely.
I mean, they do have actual assets to trade, so that is one nice thing.
Yeah.
Washington, we have a ton of cap space, so we could make our team better. But I feel like they know who their quarterback is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And at least for the next 2 years going forward, that's how they're going to try and build that team around.
Right.
If it doesn't work out, yeah, they'll hit the reset again. But I kind of think with Simmons there on defense, you have a captain there. It's important.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So, lots of coaches getting fired, and obviously Arthur Smith lost his job earlier in the week. Who else? I'm missing one more. Arthur Smith got Ron Rivera, your guy. Not surprised there, of course. We're still waiting on Bill Belichick in that situation. Does Vrabel percentage chance Vrabel goes to New England?
Why, if you're trying to make the break from Bill Belichick, why would you go with Vrabel? Just like why would you go with Gerard Mayo? If you're getting rid of Belichick, you have to do a clean break and just clear out everybody.
But I don't remember Vrabel coaching under Belichick, though, was it?
There. So it's one of those things where you're trying to keep that kind of nostalgia.
Yeah.
You got to turn the page.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Before we get started on our picks of the week, I want to present to you guys who are watching on YouTube, of course, on my YouTube page at youtube.com/@EarnestChristian. Again, this is a Super Wildcard Weekend. The latest Super Bowl odds are out. You look on the screen here right now. The Niners are still the favorites, even though they did lose to Baltimore, who's number 2 on the list here of odds makers to win the Super Bowl this year. 3 the Bills, 4 Cowboys, 5 Chiefs, 6 Eagles, 7 Lions, 8 Dolphins, 9 on the Browns, 10 the Rams, 11 Texans, Bucs at 12, Packers 13, Steelers at 14. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to figure out what exactly the Vegas is seeing, even though we saw a head-to-head matchup with the Niners and the Ravens literally 2 weeks ago. We saw that Ravens not only win that game on the road, but dominate as well. What are they seeing that we're not?
I mean, I don't know what they're seeing, other than the fact I think anyone has a chance, other than maybe the Steelers and Tampa Bay. You throw out those 2 teams, I think every other team stands a chance because of turnovers and in-game injuries. So when you look at it that way and you're throwing out Tampa and they're a division winner, I think they see that as the easier road to the Super Bowl for San Fran.
I am surprised the Browns are actually the behind Miami. Surprised. And by a big margin here too.
I would expect that. I mean, no offense to the fairy tale with Joe Flacco, but Tua is a better quarterback at this day and age.
Hmm.
But it doesn't mean I haven't already bet Cleveland. I bet Cleveland as soon as they locked up a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Just for the price.
Bills again. Vegas loves the Bills. I look. They had a nice run the last couple weeks. A little bit of luck here to some degree, and they've been up and down even these five game winning streak. But Vegas loves the Bills, man. They really love the Bills.
Well, there's nobody in the AFC you can have confidence with.
Yeah.
Every team in the AFC you can point to and pick apart.
Including Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry, but Lamar only has one playoff victory.
Yeah, he got a lot to prove. I feel like he's probably gotten the most pressure entering the playoffs. Because to me, this feels like, not saying they never have a chance again to ever win a title or whatever. It feels like this year especially is the one year I feel like, okay, it's the path that's clear for you. You have home field advantage. The rest of the league is not necessarily threatening. The team that's the closest to you guys in terms of like competing, is actually you beat them 3 weeks ago on Christmas Day. So yeah, I mean, there is no better free lane to winning a title than this one for Baltimore, honestly. So if Lamar's gonna do this is the year to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel.
And see, on the other way, if there's a quarterback feeling pressure, it's got to be Dak.
Of course. Well, it's a Cowboy. But again, to be fair, though,
it has nothing to do with him being a Cowboy. It has to do with he's coming up on an extension. And the one thing you can point to is playoff failure.
Yes.
Right? And now he also has a slight injury history. So he's looking at getting a new contract at $55 million.
I think he'll get it.
He goes deep into a Super Bowl run. He could ask for 60.
Mm-hmm.
You lose this weekend.
Oh, this weekend, yes.
And guess what? You're not getting a pay raise.
No, probably not.
But that's some pressure.
What constitutes, though, a successful for the Cowboys? If they get to the conference championship, because that's to me where it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree.
And get there, and if they lose, it has to be against San Francisco. That is it. That is the only team you're getting a pass on.
No, you just have to lose close.
No. If let's say hypothetically, how it works out in the 2 seed. Let's say somehow San Fran loses in the second round of playoffs, but to the Rams or whatever. Okay, and then it's Rams Cowboys conference championship game. You lose to the Rams. That's look. I know you got the conference championship first time in 27 years. That's still not a really a good look though, because you lost to a team that's number one. You beat down literally week 7, week 6 this year, and you're still, in my opinion, better than. We know San Fran's better than Dallas. We know that. That's been clear for a couple of years now. So they lose to San Francisco in an NFC title game in San Francisco. That's not a bad spot to be in. But if you lose to the Rams in the conference championship game, that's a little different.
What? Okay. Who's won a Super Bowl?
The Rams have.
And
recently.
How long ago was that?
Literally 2 years ago.
Yeah. Now, which quarterback won a Super Bowl?
Matt Stafford. You're right.
Okay. Is there like a former reigning 3-time defensive player of the year?
Donald. Aaron Charles Donald. Yeah.
Yeah.
Middle name status, buddy.
You got a rookie of the year,
mm-hmm.
who set records. You got Cooper Kupp back healthy. You got a run game again. Why would it be a shock to see the Rams?
No, I would be a shock, but I think Dallas should still be a relatively decent favorite to win that game. I think that'd be a little bit disappointing if they lose to the Rams in the conference championship. That's all I'm saying.
What did you think the Rams were a playoff team last year before they had their collapse? like going into the season after the Super Bowl.
I had him going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. So you went from that to now thinking it would be an embarrassment just 2 years later.
No, I'm not saying embarrassment. I just think that Dallas is still clearly the better team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is they have to lose close.
Okay. But remember, it's a home game for them too. Let's forget. A team that's also won, I think, going this week, 19 straight at home. So again, just saying those things are also part of the situation.
They could lose to the Lions close, and it'll be okay. They get blown out by the Lions or the Rams. It is not okay.
Well, we will know more because they play this weekend against Green Bay. We'll get to that game in a second. Let's get to our picks. Best bets, actually, for the week. 6 games. Obviously, we got 2 Saturday games, 3 Sunday games, and 1 Monday game, which I can't stand, of course, but whatever. First game, the Browns at Texans, 4:30 game. The Browns are 2.5-point favorites. The over-under is 44.5. Zachary, what you got?
Well, I've got money on both teams to win the Super Bowl. So
it's great odds, obviously.
It is amazing money odds.
These 2 teams met a few weeks ago. CJ Stroud didn't play this game. So, just saying. We can throw that game out, be honest with you, honestly.
I'm going to have to take the under in the game.
Okay, the under?
I want to be able to take CJ Stroud and think of it as like a historic rookie season and all. But, man, he's only got like one guy to throw to.
Yeah.
You're telling me Cleveland's great defense can't cover that?
Yeah, which is why I'm taking Cleveland win this game outright and to cover the spread and then some. They're just a better team. I think the Browns right now on paper are the biggest threat to the Ravens because of familiarity, and they are also the last team to beat the Ravens this year. So Cleveland for me is my best bet if you're gonna bet this game. You have the under, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Saturday night. Oh boy, Dolphins at Chiefs. Chiefs are 4-point favorites, over under 44. Worth noting, this game will be played in frigid weather. In fact, for what I've heard, it's supposed to be 8 degrees with a -10 wind chill, possibly. The Dolphins don't do well in cold weather historically. These 2 teams are 2 teams not playing well heading into the the Chiefs won 2 in a row, but granted that they haven't played well in those games. Not where they were in the first half of the year. The optics said to bet the Chiefs here, but I don't know, man. I feel like if Miami's healthy enough in this game, if Mostert can play this game, and they can run the ball, that's their best chance of countering anything, and because if it's windy too, especially Tua won't have any chance of getting the ball in Tyreek and company. They need to be healthy. This is an injury report game, in my opinion. That being said, I'm going to take the under on this one.
Oh, and I love the Dolphins here.
You do?
So I do. But one,
to win,
I can trust the Dolphin receivers. I can trust their tight end all to catch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If Kansas City can't catch a football when it's 75 degrees,
mm-hmm.
How the hell are they going to catch it at 0 degrees?
Well, they don't have any jobs. And they cost them a game, playoff game. They don't have any jobs next year.
Now, who has the better run game? Because in a cold weather game, it's all about running.
Right.
So it's Miami.
And that's why I'm fearful of taking the Chiefs to win this game. That's why I'm fearful of everything you just said there.
I would take Miami outright to win.
Okay. I like it. All right. Sunday, 1:00. Steelers at Bills. The Bills, highest spread of the week. 10-point favorites, over under 36 points. TJ Watt for the Steelers out for this game. That's a huge injury, obviously. They need all hands in for the Steelers. Even with all that, does 10 feel like too much here? Well, the Bills team that's very erratic.
No, because without TJ Watt, I almost don't think I have to worry about Josh Allen even turning the ball over. If he's not going to get pressured, and Josh Allen can just sit back there and throw darts, or take off running like a gazelle, I think he's looking to put up monster numbers this weekend. So give me the Bills to cover.
Yeah, I'm there too. Also, I think I'll take a shot on that because the Bills are weird, but I think this will be a good week for the Bills. And Josh Allen, I mean, you know, he had 3 turnovers last week against Miami. I think he's starting to find his groove again. Really Buffalo here. Look, Steelers great story this year. Obviously 10 wins. Tomlin again, another winning record with first string quarterback in there, but this is where the story ends. All right, Sunday afternoon, 4:30. Packers at Cowboys. Cowboys are 7.5-point favorites. The over/under is 15.5. You talk about pressure. You said Dak. Our good friend Big Jim on the Hello Podcast, a host of podcast, a friend of the show too, especially. He's a massive Cowboys fan, and even though Aaron Rodgers is nowhere to be found in this game, he still has PTSD for this game because the Packers have done him dirty for years, so he's scared. I'm like, dude, it's Jordan Love. Relax. It's the youngest team in football, youngest team ever made the playoffs. Relax, but it's still real. That said, Cowboys win this game. I'm not worried about that part. By flex, 7.5 points is a lot of points. But I don't have the balls to take Green Bay in the points, so I'm gonna take the under in this one instead.
Yeah, it's a high over under at 50, right?
Mm-hmm. 50.5.
Well, you said the magic number to me.
What's that?
Half. 7.5.
Yeah.
So give me Green Bay, buddy.
I was gonna go there too, almost, because I feel like a late back, even if the Cowboys win this game handily, I can see a late backdoor touchdown.
Yeah,
Definitely see that.
Trying to get within. They're down 2 scores. They score a late touchdown. Yeah.
All right. Sunday night. Rams at Lions. Lions 3-point favorites, over under 51.5. Again, all the points there. This is the highest over under of the weekend. I said it 2 weeks ago. I said it last week. I'll say it again. If this was the matchup we were getting in the first round, I love the Rams in the spot. And now the Lions have injuries piling up now on top of that. Laporta's out for this game, the tight end. That's huge. Lions have been kind of up and down the last couple weeks. The Rams are getting hot at the right time. They almost beat the Ravens a couple weeks ago. Stafford's back. Those receivers are playing great ball. They have Super pedigree. I'm calling the upset. I called the upset 2 weeks ago. Last week, I'm saying now. Rams win this game outright. Give the Rams. And I say that as someone who put the Lions on this game, for the record. Tell your wife that one, for the record.
So to be clear, you think you're calling the upset? Every Lion fan in America has been calling this upset since they saw this as a possibility.
Yeah, because again, they're Lions fans. What they have in a history to cheer for to make them think anything different. The Lions should win this game by virtue of what we've seen this year. But it's about getting hot at the right time. There's pedigree in the Rams. The Lions have been kind of shaky since Thanksgiving. I hope the Lions win the game.
Are without their third down conversion machine.
Yeah, there we go.
Touchdown machine.
Right. They're still favorites, though, which is weird. Should be a pick 'em at least. But I the Rams straight up anyway. Rams too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Watch we all pick Rams and then watch Detroit blow them out. Yeah, have your wife there too. Also, that happens, right?
Yeah, she would be happy.
That's right. And consider the week also. Well, she's a Spartan, so she won't care about the Wolverines. But if you have a week for Michigan,
well, here's how it's been going for Michigan fans. Lions made the playoffs. So what was it? Pistons had to have a 28-game losing streak.
Yep.
Well, Michigan just won a national title.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think's gonna happen now?
Hopefully, Lions win the playoff game.
No, Lions gonna have to suffer again.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. All right, final game, Monday Night Football. Eagles at Buccaneers. Eagles 3-point favorites, over under 44. Obviously, everybody's about the Eagles. The possibility of Sirianni being on a hot seat. They lose this week, which is weird to me, but whatever. They lost 5 last 6 games. They went from being the first team to get to playoff berth this year in the NFL to now getting into the wild card. I feel like they need, again, we've been saying for weeks now, they need a get right game, and they lose these get right games. But I feel like if there's any spot at this point now in the playoffs to turn shit around, look, we're not going to the Super Bowl, at least win a playoff game, right? So I want to take Philadelphia to cover this game outright because Tampa, nothing. Tampa's not playing great either. They barely beat Carolina this past week. So best bet though, because if you're still icky on the Eagles right now, bet the over 44. Why not?
Wait. So, the over-under is 44.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the spread?
3. Philly -3.
Philly -3. Who has a better defense again? Philly or who Tampa play? Atlanta?
Yeah, they played Carolina this week, and then they
or Carolina. That's right. They played Carolina, and they put up 9 whole points. You have an injured Baker Mayfield, and you're saying if you don't know what to do, take the over? No, if you don't know what to do, you take the under. If you're smart, you just bet all of your money on Philly to cover -3. Tampa has an injured quarterback who can't do jack. Ernest.
So you taking the Eagles?
I'm taking the Eagles. Do not dare let me see a betting card with the over in this game.
You mean when I text you the my official line?
Yeah.
No, my first instinct was to go Eagles first.
Edit that picture out.
No. My first instinct was to go Eagles first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go Eagles or under, not the over. Good Lord. If it's an over, that means the Eagles won 45-0.
Right. Before I get out of here, my biggest lock of this week, I'll say it now, we will have multiple upsets this week. Now, obviously, the Rams being one, I revealed there, but I believe we'll have multiple upsets this week. It could be Miami. It could be Green Bay. It could be the Buccaneers. Who knows? But we'll have multiple upsets this week, Zachary. How do you feel about that?
That is the lamest thing ever.
Why is it lame?
Say it. Don't say multiple. Say exactly who you expect.
Well, I have the Rams already locked in, but yeah. I'm saying that. See the thing of the Chiefs Dolphins game. If the conditions were a little more favorable, a little warmer, I could see that being a Dolphins win. But because of the conditions, it throws you off a little bit. Philadelphia is so wonky, but so the Bucs. So the Buccaneers could be the other team that can pull the upset this weekend. But like I said, it's weird. But I think we'll have multiple upsets. I think we'll have the Rams obviously locked in, and I think one of those 3 games I mentioned will be one of those. We'll go the other way as well too.
All right.
So anyway, Zachary, good luck on your bets,
and
we'll talk to you next week.
Take it easy.
All right, buddy. Later.
Later. Later.